I thought the TikTok one was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are we
This
reacting
is
to?
fake news. Yes, I did. I did.
He said, he said, he says we make the best videos. Everybody likes our videos. We have the best videos. There's no videos like ours. Welch. I think you clipped there a little bit. What do you mean some of the stores?
Raise this up. Let's raise it up. All right. So,
Video back
clean.
when
What do you consider a Bosco stick?
It's like a kind of like a cheese stick, but it's like the bread's all the way around.
like a Crispito.
I wouldn't consider it a Crispito. I really would.
Would you consider it a Crispito?
No, not a Crispito.
No, you you accidentally in the wrong spot. You said a Crispito. I said crispy toe.
I don't want a crispy toe either. Okay? Just saying. Clean, what do you think about this?
Ow. I heard it.
Camera's not on.
Hammer is on.
Not
Internet
for me.
connection. It says
On
poor internet
Discord.
It's loading. I don't see anything.
Oh,
Mike, you see it?
no.
Are you
I'm
even
not able-
looking?
No.
That's the reason why.
I'm looking,
It's
just
the,
not at your thing.
It's a purple thing swirling around.
Why's it gotta be purple?
Well, then
Kinda
I'll
blue, I guess.
then I'll show whatever whenever I get on stream.
Thought you was live already.
I am live. But I'm going to enjoy this one.
What are you, critiquing right now, or gonna be. Unless
Well,
it'll be the first time unless it's the first time you're actually seeing this video.
I watched another reviewer do it,
That's cheap.
but I got different points of view on this. Mike knows who the Matthews fam. That guy.
Sounds familiar.
What's up, Dale?
Morning.
What are you eating? McDonald's?
No. You think McDonald's got...
Oh dear God. Not McDonald's. God damn it. See, you made me cuss.
You made yourself cuss.
I didn't cuss. I'm not cussing.
Hey Dale, turn your mic up.
My damn mic is
Right
up.
clicking.
My mic is full blown. Fans can hear me, no problem.
Yeah, I can hear him over music. I can't hear y'all. Hardly.
See?
You
Who's
gotta
y'all?
right click,
Who's
right
y'all?
click, and then turn up.
Okay.
So I helped Mike out a little bit. You know how we usually get background sounds whenever we play with Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can hear me.
He didn't have where it said like on the computer version just as much as like on the other versions that we go through sound deafening and sound counseling stuff to where we can talk to each other without having all the backgrounds coming in. So I had to show Mike or tell Mike how to go do it to where he can get the noise canceling back to where it's just him talking into the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
What you did, but you're louder now.
I didn't do nothing. I haven't touched it. Well, don't make me cuss.
Apparently, you made yourself cuss.
Touch anything.
That's the reason why he said, don't make me cuss.
That's right. I ain't touched
But he already
nothing.
did it. He already did it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
what are
we're
you
not into the video yet.
what are you
So,
reacting to? What video are you reacting to?
well, we got 4.
4?
Yeah, we got 4. One of them's the Book of Enoch.
What was that?
It's a book out of the Bible that is actually
That's right. Yeah.
that was plucked by the Catholic Church.
It was taken out back when
Yes.
they did the King James version.
Yes, and well, it was in the
Or was it
1600s.
before the- Oh, it was before that.
It happened 1642, I believe.
That's about the right time. About the time King James was.
So you got that.
We have the men who actually,
Men in Black?
no,
No.
the men who actually turn their lives over to Satan.
Okay.
Then since I am into this, I love the history of like
Wait.
the
hang on.
Appalachian Mountains and stuff like that.
Wait a second. You're not TikTok, are you?
No, I'm not on TikTok.
Well, then fuck, I can curse all I want. What you talking about?
Okay, whenever I hit the record button, no
That's how we
cussing.
used to do it.
When you hit the record button,
Yeah, the record button, I'm going to be making the video.
I
And it'd be uploaded to YouTube.
I gotta get a man that he have boy, she'll make you crack up. So we got a cake. My parents are leaving. So my wife brought home a cake.
Okay.
And it was like rainbow colors.
Huh.
So what came out of my mouth? Come on, tell me. You know me. What came out of my mouth?
What is it now?
I said, what came out of my mouth? The cake is, rainbow colored. What do you think I would say?
Cried.
Something about gay or something like that.
Hell no, I said, damn. I said something like, boy, I'm eating trans and it tastes real good.
Oh God. Oh God.
The man just started cracking up. It was a fucking good cake though, boy. Like I said, it was all multicolored, blue, purple, pink.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
it was fucking good. And I was like, and they were talking about, like, I don't know. They were saying something about, like, gay pride, it's not the colors. And then Amanda's going to the thing, and she's like, yeah, but look at this. It don't have to be rainbow. It can be all these colors. Look at the flag. Look at the flag. And that's what I was like, yeah, I'm eating trans, and this shit is good.
Well, I mean, there is what is called the progressive pride flag, which has got it's got the regular rainbow colors, but then it's got like white, black, like a lighter pink, blue.
Brought up all kinds of flags.
Oh yeah.
And it was just funny. It was funny. So you're doing reaction videos and then playing Fallout 76.
Fallout 76, yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
then
I played the game yesterday, and the game's good, but fucking mouse and keyboard sucks ass.
I told you you wouldn't like it.
I don't like
Do
it.
what?
I don't like it.
You do what?
I said I played Counter-Strike yesterday, and it's all
Yeah, he
mouse
left
and
us.
keyboard.
He left us to go play Counter-Strike with his son-in-law.
Well, because I told him it was the first day out, and I said when it comes out, I'll play it with you. So, I can't break promises. But it was supposed to be controller. And it's only mouse and
Politicians do it all the
keyboard,
time.
And it sucks. Sucks, mouse and keyboard. I mean, I got a couple kills, but still, sucks. So, I won't be playing until I figure out if I can move the controller.
Oh.
Huh.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I'm using the new video tonight.
The new video. So when are you going back to work?
Tomorrow?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What damn store you going to? You banned from like 5 stores. I mean,
I'm going to the home store.
Dang.
to the what?
To the my home store.
Your home
You got
store.
banned?
Well, why
Is that a
weren't
ban?
you at your home store to begin with?
Because she didn't our sales haven't picked up. So she was trying to get me hours.
Oh, I understand that. Now, have you told
well
this?
that worked out?
Now, yeah. Have you talked to this lady about all the bullshit that you've gone through?
Oh yeah.
And what is her take on it?
She said that's bullshit. They shouldn't be treating you like that.
I'm glad at least, somebody has some common sense that works in some way.
I told her if they come over here and start doing the same shit, I'm out.
Oh
Oh,
no, you gotta lock the door and throw yourself in front of them. You can't leave.
oh, guess what? I got an email. I got to fill out their app over at Reynolds and Reynolds, and then I will have pretty much a job.
What is Reynolds and Reynolds? You gotta speak layman's to me.
Uh,
No, that could be like a morgue.
no,
Come
Reynolds.
to Reynolds and
Okay,
Where we put
you
in the
know
blind box.
you know the
Tenfold.
tinfoil. Actually,
Actually, no, it's aluminum.
Yeah, Reynolds,
Yeah,
right?
aluminum foil.
yeah,
Reynolds wrap.
yeah. They have a hand in making that here in College Station, but also they make parts for NASCAR for Indy for F1 here in College Station. And that's one of the reasons why they have the card that I put up there in the, I think I put it in announcements.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go to the Reynolds factory.
Yeah. I'll be doing calls over there.
Balls.
Yep. I will be doing calls.
All right, let me be a phone caller.
What the fuck?
Hey, motherfucker! I put this damn Reynolds wrap and it stuck to my food.
First of all, click.
You're not gonna yell at me, damn it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Why did you hang up on the customer? He was yelling.
Yeah, that'll be every customer. That's why they call.
No, this is pretty much a chat specialist and everything.
Yeah.
Arcade said farts, and I would have said hi on TikTok, but it was only subs. I didn't put that on there.
Didn't say you did.
On TikTok.
Huh.
How's he on TikTok if you're not on TikTok?
Leave?
Yeah,
man.
clean man left.
That must have been him watching the news or some shit.
Yeah, he puts that Republican bull all over.
Well, I'll let you get to your fucking reaction video so you can get something done today.
I'm actually eating right now, so
I see that you're eating McDonald's.
I am not eating fucking
That looks
McDonald's.
like a McDonald's nugget.
Swear to God.
It's Brookshire fucking Brothers Deli.
Brooks
Brookshire?
Brothers don't know nothing about no deli. They know about suits.
No, they don't. This is a grocery chain over here. And what did you say, Mike?
Well, on his behalf, where you at, Dale?
North Carolina, but I'm originally
Yeah,
from the Big Apple.
Yeah, they don't have this Brookshire Brothers is a Texas thing.
Yeah, where you can't call everything a deli.
It's not
Central-
a grocery store that's got a deli in it.
Yeah.
Well, see, okay, your definition of deli is completely different
Then
than
the
what we call a
South,
deli.
then the South
I
version of the deli.
Well, no, because every grocery store has a deli counter. That's where you get your freaking salami and bologna and ham.
You get that,
Every
but
grocery store has that.
But this one that I went to had a barbecue, had a fish place, had sushi, had everything. And then on the side of the building, they actually have a stage. And it's called Stage 12. Named because of A&M being the 12th man. So,
Well, okay. You start that because it can't go that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the reason why.
We have grocery stores like that here. It's called Harris Teeters and
Who?
there's called Harris Teeter.
I don't know who that is.
And then there's another grocery store. I can't think of the name of it right now. That's like
You want $30 on a $2 lotto scratcher? Awesome.
Wegmans.
That is good, Arcade. That is good. Clean. This is not a Bosco stick. It's
Bosco.
chicken. Yeah.
Bosco's
Clean wants
chocolate milk.
See, whenever I look up Bosco, I get the chocolate milk, but then I also get the wrappers for the machine, like the taquito machines.
Y'all do
Only
have one
Moscow
thing
I
over
know is
there.
chocolate milk.
Y'all do have one thing in North Carolina that I do want to try.
What's that?
Bojangles.
Oh, I
Oh,
hate it.
I've tried Bojangles. It's not that good.
Yeah, I hate it. It used to be better,
Yeah.
Maybe
and
maybe
now
the
it's
one that you
like.
got a hold of didn't.
I mean, the chicken's all right. It's all right. But,
Clean Man says Bojangles is amazing.
the hell no. That's Jason. Jason eats that shit too every day.
Then I
Uh,
want then I want to go to New York and get a big ass piece of pizza.
Well, see now.
see
And
where
see,
you want to go.
See,
Where you want to go for pizza is Chicago.
no,
That's the
Yeah.
deep dish.
that's deep dish pizza.
That's the cheese. Cheese has its own layer up underneath the thing.
I'm not talking. I'm not talking
See,
about
but
deep
if you
dish.
go to New York,
I'm talking about
there's a couple
in
of
the
foods that you have to get. It's not just pizza.
What?
You have to get pizza. That's number one.
and it has to be one of those big ass pieces like the beginning of the Turtles movie.
Oh yeah. You get a big ass piece.
Now, yeah, those, yeah.
That's
Now
like
you can get that here in North Carolina. There is a place that is by my house, which is close. I'm not gonna say it is, but it's closest I've found to New York pizza. But you have to get like a sandwich. Just go to a deli and get a freaking sandwich. It don't matter if it's turkey, ham. It's just fucking. It's amazing. The
Or go to
bread
Philly.
and just how they freaking
Hold
put it
up.
together is amazing.
I've got to ask you something on the bread because down here in the South, our bread has to be so soft that you can squeeze it and
no.
just.
See, the inside is very soft, but the outer layer is like
Enzo Amore
crunchy.
was from New York, wasn't he?
Is freaking. It's amazing.
I don't think
And
he was from the city though.
And that's why New York, they say, has the best bread and the best bagels, because they say it's the freaking water. But you just got to try it. It's just.
I've
I wanna
had
go
the
to-
bread up there in New York, but the thing is that I didn't like the crispy outside. If I wanted crispy outside, I put it in a.
But
I put
the
it in
outside
a.
is crispy, and the inside is soft. Like you could squeeze it and it'll freaking move, and
Hey.
it's soft.
Hey, Dale.
Soft.
Dale.
SAWFT. Soft.
That's right.
I was gonna say I was fixing to ask you how you spell soft.
Yeah. So there would be a couple things you gotta try.
Fucking Enzo Amore over here.
That's like if you go to Texas. I mean, you got to get one of the big freaking steaks. I mean, even though
There's
you can
only
get
one
steak
place.
everywhere else.
There's only really one place that sells the big steak, and that's Big
Not
Texan.
Yeah, but not like huge. But I mean, you go to Texas, you got to have steak. I mean,
That's what I was looking for. Arcade. That's what I was looking for. Whoop whoop.
you know. I guess you go to California, you got to have freaking shrimp tacos. I mean, I don't know.
What is the big thing over there, Arcade?
Where's Arcade at?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
The San Francisco treat.
Please do not say Uncle Ben's rice, okay? That's
Yeah,
not
that's not the San Francisco treat.
or rice-a-roni or whatever.
That was Rice Aroni's jingle, the San Francisco treat.
Yeah. Yep.
This actually tastes just like freaking bombsicle.
I want to go to Philly and have a Philly cheesesteak.
I've had one. I've had one from both of the top vendors for the Philly cheesesteak, and both of them are amazing.
Yeah.
You say Gradelli's chocolates? No, I'm talking about
what you have to
food.
get, too?
Like
You know what you have to get, which is the
North
nastiest thing in the
Carolina.
world?
North Carolina
You gotta-
is their barbecue.
I'm telling you, you just got to go to New York and eat. You know what the best thing is?
What?
And you'll never believe.
What?
We call them dirty water hot dogs from the hot dog vendors in the streets, boy. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Is that is that like okay, sourdough bread from San Francisco? What is LA known for, like, food wise, or just
There's
California in general? But San Francisco, he
California's so
said,
long. The top might be different from the bottom.
well,
It
the
is.
middle where San Francisco's at, Arcade said something about boudin bread or sourdough bread.
Mhm.
You sure it ain't Boudin?
Uh, boudin.
I don't know. I can't see the word.
That's
How did you spell it?
It's spelled
Boudin.
right, but he said boudin, not boudin.
Yeah, Boudin.
I was gonna say Boudin is Cajun. That's
Boudin
Louisiana.
Bakery.
Yeah,
And
boudin
there you
bakery.
go. And like fucking cheesecake from New York. I don't eat cheesecake. People say it's fucking amazing. I
Now,
don't know.
okay,
If New York
I
did one
never
thing right,
did.
it was a damn cheesecake.
I
No,
never.
I mean, you just got to go to New York and eat. That's
Okay, hold on. I got a story about cheesecakes. Okay, so
You're
I
talking
went,
from-
I went in. I grew up here in Texas and everything, and all we had was these icebox cheesecakes.
unless they were homemade.
They was homemade icebox cheesecakes. I was like, okay,
Are you talking about like where Mom or Granny made them and they put
Yeah.
in the icebox so they would
Yeah.
they would harden up like they're supposed to?
yeah. Well, see, I didn't put the lemon and the lime in them like they're supposed to. So mine didn't set up. Mine tasted more like ice cream than it did the cheesecake. But anyway, the first time that I ever tasted a New York style cheesecake was a couple of years back whenever we was living up there in Wichita Falls. And I think you was the one that bought it, Mike. And
It would have came out of a grocery store if I bought it.
yeah,
yeah, but that's not real New York cheesecake.
but
No, no,
it
no,
was
I bought
New York
I bought
style.
the big one.
Yeah,
I bought
but
the
it's
big
not
one, New York style. I
It's
bought
New
the
York
big one.
style.
Where it's actually
big
put
one.
in the oven and it's baked.
Yeah.
But the thing is I never did have any type of cheesecake like that until then. And I was like,
I mean,
I'm hooked on them now. I'm
I
hooked
go
on
down
them
a
now.
freaking list of all things like you could try. I mean, there's just so much different crap in New York. Like I don't know if you have it down there. See, another thing that I don't eat, but people would like go crazy for
What?
knish. Do you know what a freaking knish is?
That's a pastry, if I'm not mistaken, like a
Nope.
That's a
No.
you're
cheese
thinking of
Danish.
cannoli.
No,
No. Nope. It looks like a freaking square hot pocket, basically, bigger, and it's like potato something. People go freaking crazy for it. They say it's great. I don't know. Like I said, you just gotta
well,
go to New York and eat.
another thing that I want to eat. I want to go further up and eat it, and it's a Canadian dish. It's poutine,
Yeah, I try to eat poutine all the time.
and I don't even like cheese, but it's cheese curds.
Tristan, get
I got it.
it.
I got it.
You ever trying that poontang pie?
Poutine?
Poutine pie.
Poutine
It's-
pie. I go
it's
further up to get it.
It's a light version of poutine.
All right, I got a joke for you. All right.
Okay.
Look in the mirror.
You ready for this joke? All right. Guy goes into a bar. He says, "I want Crown and Coke."
Okay.
Bartender's got an apple, and he's scrubbing it with
Oh
his
yeah,
hands. Oh, you heard
yeah.
the joke?
I've
Oh,
heard
you
this
heard
one.
it.
But
All
I've heard
right.
it, but go ahead. Go ahead.
The guy bites the apple. He says, "That tastes like Coke." He says, "Turn it around." He bites. He goes, "Man, that tastes like Crown." Another guy comes in. Says, "Give me gin and tonic." Gets the apple. Rubs it. Bites it. He goes, "Tastes like tonic." Said, "Turn it around." Bites it. He said, "Damn, that tastes like gin." Next guy comes in. He goes to the bartender. "I don't know what I want." Two guys sitting there go, "You can have anything. You're going to get an apple.
Huh?
It'll taste like whatever you want." So the guy's thinking, he goes, "I want pussy."
Yeah.
So the guy grabs the apple and he rubs it, bites the apple, he goes, he spits it out.
This
He
tastes like shit.
yeah, he goes, "It tastes like shit." He said, "Turn it around."
Turn it around.
He got the backside.
Yep. So the moral of the story is you need to make a trip to New York and just eat. Don't go see the Statue of Liberty.
You know what? That's here's the thing. I was
For
chasing
those of us who didn't
taillights.
see it on,
I was
for
chasing
those of us who didn't
taillights
see it on a
for.
daily basis,
I was chasing taillights for over 10 years. I want to go up there and I just want to explore. Just like I want to go through the Pocono Mountains and explore. I want to go. I want to go down through because I am a big Fallout fan. I want to go through the different areas that
oh shit, sorry.
they put in the games. Like 76 is based in the Appalachian Mountains.
That's the
4
Appalachian Mountains in North Carolina.
uh
Tennessee.
West Virginia,
Yeah.
Tennessee, Virginia, uh,
I believe North Carolina.
North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia.
Yeah.
All of that. All the way through
I thought
Knoxville and that, all of that. So yeah.
4 was based out of Boston, wasn't it?
4 was based out of Boston. Well, that area up there.
All right, you're old. I know you've seen damn Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That was based out of a wasn't it based out of a Boston bar?
Yeah.
A dive bar?
So I said, I have to go check this place out. Cheers. You go to the damn Cheers, and it's like a tiny little freaking place. In a TV show, it's huge. It's got pool tables and shit. This place ain't no bigger than your damn apartment.
Oh wow.
It's fucking tiny.
Uh,
But there's a big
are we
sign
talking about-
outside. Cheers.
Are we talking about New York apartments or Texas size apartments?
Any freaking apartments.
basically
I mean,
what
you know,
he's saying
apartment.
what he's saying is that the TV show for Cheers over exaggerated the size.
It's
Yeah.
fucking TV. Of course they over exaggerated it.
But
Yeah, but you
I
would
want
think,
to
like it's a bar, a decent sized bar.
I want to go
You go
take
in,
I want to go
it's a
take
small-
pictures of
it's
where
like the
they
size of a subway. How's that? It's
Look,
the size of a subway.
okay.
Some of them subways are big.
Not around here.
I like the way you said that. I like the way you said that. Yeah.
Not around here. There's you know how long your freaking counter is and shit. It's that long with a couple of seats on the other side as long as their counter space, and that's it. I mean, they got a little room in the back, for their little bread making, but that's it.
Apparently you haven't seen a Texas size subway.
Yeah, no, they're all small.
Our biggest subway here in the College Station area, Bryan College Station, is the one in Walmart.
Hey, you can basically get the Walmart back room. It's supposed to be like where McDonald's would be, or
Yeah.
hell, the one in Colleen had damn Domino's in it.
Yeah.
But
Walked in there and it smelled like pizza. And I'm like, what the fuck? I want a damn pizza.
but
That's how they
anyway,
get you.
I want to go and hopefully, everything pans out to where I can start taking vacations and stuff like that. I want to go see where they filmed Gotham. I want to go see, you know, um, just everything,
Go
because
to the
I want,
WTC one,
huh?
World Trade Center.
Yeah, I want to go
Those of us
see.
who've never been to New York,
I want to go.
or
I want to go
or
see the where the
it's like
Trade Center
the Empire
actually
State Building,
stood.
the Statue of
Yeah,
Liberty, the
I
those of us who didn't see it on a daily basis.
I just
You
want
know,
to I want to explore because like I said, for so long I got told I got told where to drive, how to drive, and everything else. I'm not up under that no more, but I want to
there's
be
one
able
place I do want to
to
go in New York. It's in the city. It's down in Manhattan.
what?
Uh, I forget I forget where, but it's like it's an old time uh soda shop. Like they mix the syrup and the CO2 and all of that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You get the soda water and then they put the
Uh-huh.
syrup in it, stir it, and give it to you.
Yep.
I know it's
Mhm.
like on like 157th or it's on a corner somewhere.
Dale probably already knows where it's at.
No, there
But
used to
he's heard
be,
of it.
yeah, there
Eh,
used to
It's
be a
still there.
place that I would go to all the time by where I lived. And like I said, it was even smaller than the Subway. But that's all. It was like a little ice cream shop, soda shop, and that's what they did, man. They poured the little CO2 soda in there, and then they took the syrup, what kind you
That's
want, and mixed it in there, and
that's why they
heck
call
yeah,
it down here. That's why they call it why they call it soda water. Is
yep,
because you get the soda water and then they put the syrup in it
yep,
and mix it for you.
yep, yep, yep.
and you had two of them that was created for diseases or illnesses.
It was like a little
Uh,
freaking
Dr.
luncheonette
Pepper
kind of place.
and Coca-Cola.
Mountain Dew.
Dr. Pepper was created to supposed to be a headache medicine, wasn't it?
I believe so. And then Coca-Cola was supposed to be a antidepressant and also
That explains the cocaine.
uh a what was it? I think it was supposed to be for heart disease.
It didn't cause heart disease. Does it have cocaine in it?
Well, in
But you damn sure weren't
Appalachian
depressed after you drank it.
Appalachian lore, they call it the drug.
Well, it was a drug.
Well, I'm talking about Coke, like Coca-Cola. They they tell like the kids of today, hey, go get the drug.
Get your drugs.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
hey,
But
so
yeah, we got
you haven't updated your schedule. So what's your schedule? Because I looked on it and it didn't
tomorrow.
update.
Tomorrow it'd be a 1 p.m. No, 2 p.m. stream.
2
Monday
p.m.
it'd be Monday it'd be a 2 p.m. stream
What
because I
about
work
Saturday and Sunday?
Sunday
7.
is 7. We're racing in Atlanta.
Sunday 7, Saturday 7.
Saturday
You,
7.
why don't you jump in with us
Tuesday.
and race?
He
I
can't.
can't. They took away the freaking computer. It's a damn bull crap. We raced on a computer, and then they took it away or something. I don't know.
You
No.
don't have an Xbox?
Mm-mm.
No, he has a PlayStation.
Do have
Oh, you got
PlayStation.
gay station.
Which they let you play with PlayStation, but they just don't let you play with computer.
No,
Right?
no. They won't
Well, they
let
don't
you.
even let you play with PlayStation either.
Right.
So they took everything.
I don't
away.
remember. I don't remember NASCAR 5 being cross-platform.
It was
Yeah,
cross-platform
it was.
with PC
because PC is
because
Xbox basically.
me and Dale
Even though
actually.
it's a Steam store, it's still
No, I think you bought it.
Microsoft.
I think you bought it through Microsoft though.
No, mine's through Steam.
Oh, okay.
Mine's through Steam.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Arcade, I don't have blurps on here, dude.
And we played, so they took it away. I don't know. Damn Xbox.
But
That don't
anyway,
make sense. Why you couldn't? It's not cross-platform.
I don't even have to run this race. I'm going to win this championship.
I mean, it's online racing.
hold up. I won Sunday.
I'm not playing that. I'm playing Wreckfest.
I was fixing to say, don't count your chickens. You
Yeah,
ain't
he
won a
crashed
race.
you out on Sunday.
You ain't won. Well, it was Tuesday, but you ain't won yet.
Up until you won, I was the closest one to winning because I finished second and third. And
how am I still on top on points?
Because you had
I don't
you had
know.
stage points and you had bonus points where I didn't.
Yeah.
All I know is I was 4 up before the race. Now I'm like 13 to 16 up on points right now.
You got that bonus point for leading a lap or for leading the most laps. You got a bonus point for leading 8.
No, I'm talking about like I'm talking about whenever I was
Mine's
doing
wrong.
by
I should
4.
add a point for leading a lap because we were doing leading a lap, leading the most lap, having the fastest lap. If you win the stage, you get a bonus point. If you win the race, you get a bonus point. So you could come up with like if you win the race, lead the most laps, lead a lap.
I'll put something together before the meeting, before stream on Sunday.
I should have one more point than I do now.
All right, I'm going to use the bathroom.
Sunday, it is on TikTok.
Yeah, Tic Tac.
All right.
Use a Tic Tac.
Yeah, you could.
So you said you're doing 4 videos. You only told us 2, the Book of Enoch and the guys who were
who sold their soul to Satan. Then, since I am a big 76 fan,
oh yeah, that's right. You
Appalachian lore about the Mothman, and then also folklore and superstitions in Appalachian.
Yeah, if you hear your name being called and that person's not standing right next to you, don't do it.
Run.
Don't go near it.
Run. But yeah, those 4, and then we do have a 5th one if I feel froggy.
If you get out there walking through the woods. Hey, Bob. Nope. Mm-mm. Oh, you know what I saw today on the way to work?
What?
Logging truck. Did not get behind him.
I wouldn't.
I stayed in the slow lane behind the slow 18-wheeler. Scott's like, why don't you get over there? I was like, I've seen that movie before. Screw that.
That's funny.
I know how that movie ended. Or at least that scene. I know how that scene worked out for him.
Final Fantasy.
Final Destination.
Well, fantasy is what you deal with before destinations. Well, that's what's after.
Final Fantasy is a video game.
They're trying to make Final Destination a video game.
Damn it.
All right. All right. I'm going to
This way.
do it
Yeah.
like this.
Glad I don't have to win this race to win this little championship.
All right, guys. What I'm going to do to um determine where I start. Actually, no. I won't do it like that. I won't do it like that.
Whoa.
All right. Here we go. Jamie, I want to thank you. Don't know whether you're in the chat or not. Thank you for the subscription over on TikTok. Thank you so
There's a new
much.
episode of Roadkill.
No. You know, I'm fixing to start this
Put my car over.
I'm fixing to start this reaction stuff. All right.
I figured out who the
Hey, by the way, I was just talking about you, Jamie. I was just talking about you. Thank you for the subscription over on the TikTok. We're fixing to start doing some reactions. So,
there you go with that weesh again.
well, you know what you could do? Mike?
Do you know what you could do?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, you know what you could do?
It doesn't matter what I can do.
It does matter what you could do. Because you can, your ass can call somebody and be blocked. Anyway.
But I already know.
Anywho, I'm going to start this. We're going to be doing the Book of Enoch first. It was banned by the Catholics. I'll get into that in just a minute. So he's actually in Discord.
Who?
Dale.
Oh. Yeah.
He's actually in Discord, Arcade. But anyway, I'm fixing to start doing the reactions. So all right. 3, 2, 1. Why is it not recording? Okay, hold on. I can do it. Hey, what's going on? This is Trans Gamer Live, and you are here. You are on this channel. We are doing this live. If you happen to watch it on all over social media, basically over there on YouTube, we are on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Trovo, Kick. And on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, we're only on TikTok. So here's the thing. I get asked, hey, could you do this? Could you do that? Could you do this? And this actually landed in my lap on what we could do, or, you know, people asking me. And everybody knows that I have been a ordained minister for over 9 years. So everybody was talking about the Book of Enoch, the Book of Enoch. Well, the thing is, the Book of Enoch, and here's a little back behind the scenes of it, and I want to say the 1600s, mid 1600s, the Book of Enoch got taken out of the Bible because they did not want to be, want some of the scriptures out of that to infiltrate the Christian based, uh, basically their belief system. The Catholics took it out. It's actually in the Vatican. But what you can read up on it and what you can see, what we're going to be reacting here to, is something that's been put together and also has been put to where we have this, this book that we can, just see. And well, we can't see it, but we can listen to it because there is actually audio out there on this book. There's a lot of stuff. So a page by the name of Riddle put this biblical video out. And it's the Book of Enoch, banned from the Bible. It's called a Apocrypha. So, meaning that it was basically until the middle of the 1600s, it was in the Bible. The Vatican decided to take it out. That's all it means. Is Apocrypha means that it is plucked from the Bible. So it has some astonishing stuff in it. Let's just go ahead and dive into the video. So, yeah. All right.
Different Christian denominations. Protestants believe in only 66 Holy Scriptures, while for Catholics it's 73. But there are also some religious writings the Vatican would like to forget. These texts are called biblical apocrypha. That's all because the stories are literally the opposite from what we've been told for centuries. I guess millions of people would hardly have taken Jesus' teaching seriously if he was hot-tempered, selfish, and hated women, would they? Yeah, that's...
It kind of, the thing is with all of these different books that's been taken out, there was total of 18 out of, I want to say 84 that was taken out in the mid 1600s. I may be a little wrong on that number, but it was around that number. So yeah. But the thing is that with the way that these books was, it told a different side of Jesus. It told a different way that he he was. And since we're live, Clean Man, why do you say, instead of saying fake news all the time, state the reason why you think it's fake news? This was a book that was plucked out of the Bible. So, I mean, yeah. So anyway, let's get back into it.
That's exactly how the Savior is described in the Gospel of Thomas. The Gospel of Barnabas, on the other hand, says that Christ was a mere mortal, not the Son of God. During the Last Supper, he allegedly jumped out of the window and escaped, and in
There's also in other religions, such as like the Islamic belief system and everything else, which is very closely tied into the the Christianity, because uh, they believed that Jesus wasn't the Messiah, but was a a really good prophet. But later on, we learned that Messiah it's the person who brings people to God or brings people to Christ. So in your church system, uh I mean, it could be your priest that is bringing you to God. So, yeah, that's basically some of the systems that are basically uh, calling Jesus not as a Messiah but as a prophet.
fact, Judas Iscariot was crucified.
You might think you know Snapchat, but do you really? Here's 3 things that you might not know about Snapchat ads. Did you know that
I forgot to get the YouTube thing.
Instead of him, a rather shady role model, isn't he? But compared to this text, which dates back to Old Testament times, even the most bizarre apocrypha seem to be nothing. From this holy scripture, we learn that angels consisted of flesh and blood. The first space flights took place before our era, and God is actually a creature from another world. But why, despite all these incredible revelations,
What do y'all think about that? I mean, here's the thing: we think we think God as a person, as a natural being, but in some of the books that didn't make it to today's scripture, they call him a being from another universe, another way, another life form of some sort, like aliens. But here's also another thing about the angels, like he was saying, is that there's some areas on this earth. There, there's one down there in Africa. I want to say it's around in Egypt on the lower part that they actually dug up, and it was known as the Tomb of the Angels. And basically, they found, uh, like, in World War II, whenever they dropped the A bomb over Hiroshima, how it flashed people into it is like you blocked the light, but you got disintegrated, but you blocked the light, so it flashed whatever you was doing at that point in time into the concrete. Well, the same thing with these dens where the angels was. There's these 10-foot long beings, and there's multiple of them. Would you call them giants? Would you call them what would you call them? I mean, there's nothing else that you could say, because it also has the wings there to show. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of story back behind this, and it actually is really good. You wouldn't call them demons, not where it says the tomb of the angels, because if you're referring as the angels to be demons, Clean Man, you couldn't. You it'd be like a role reversal there for you know for who was in the tomb. So if you have, and these are not like what we think as in wings, but these had like full wings, not parts of wings.
Could the apocryphal Book of Enoch still be true? The Vatican considers the Book of Enoch to be utter nonsense. However, could it be because it actually contains valuable information that is inconvenient for the modern church? In 1946, teenage shepherds from Palestine found clay pots full of ancient manuscripts in a remote cave. Among them, there was the original Book of Enoch, who isn't a new character in the Bible. The text dedicates 5 verses to someone called Enoch. From them, the reader learns that he was an ordinary, righteous man, a descendant of Adam and Eve's son Seth. Supposedly, Enoch lived in the 3rd millennium BC and spent only 65 years on Earth. However, according to the
Optimum Internet has next level speed.
Oh wow.
Gig internet for as low as $55 a month with Optimum Mobile.
I hate how YouTube treats me.
Book of Genesis, then he spent another 300 years, quote, walking with God. Theologians are still arguing about what exactly this phrase means. Recently, Bible scholars have come up with a new, entertaining theory, but we'll talk about that a bit later. After all, other ancient sources mention that Enoch wasn't an ordinary man when he lived on Earth. One of the ancient Egyptian chronicles, Kitah, states that Enoch participated in the construction of the Great Pyramids. In addition, his name is engraved on the so-called Weld Blundell Prism, an ancient Sumerian artifact containing the names of the great rulers of the time. Could it be that it was through such connections that Enoch learned what the Bible only mentions briefly? But why did the Vatican dislike his scriptures so much?
Because it doesn't pertain, because there's so much that we don't know. We can't understand from that part in history, because so much is the Vatican gatekeeps a lot of the stuff up under thumb. Just like there's over 2, 3, 400,000 sea scroll texts that we know partial of, because the Vatican will not, and people who worked for the Vatican or work for the Vatican does not let us have, or let us at least read. Clean Man says the elites don't want you to have the knowledge. But the thing is that it's not up to the elites anymore. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to everybody.
The entire Book of Enoch focuses on the Old Testament prehistory, that is, the times leading up to the Great Flood. The first part deals with the creation of the world and the first humans, Adam and Eve. Despite some deviations, this fragment corresponds most of all with the canonical biblical scriptures. But then Enoch tells about events that for some reason weren't included in the Bible. For example, the book of Genesis, known to all Christians, tells us that girls from earth began to marry, quote, sons of God. And as a result, giant children were born. However, Enoch devoted a whole section of his work to something that only takes up a few lines in the Bible. So what was really happening on Earth at that time. Enoch claimed that the sons of God were the fallen angels, whom he also called the Nephilim. One day, these angels rebelled against God and decided not to return.
Okay, in the hierarchy of heaven, you have God, then you have the archangels, then you have the seraphim, and now you have the Nephilim. Okay, the Nephilim are angels, and it's not really the term like what Sam and Dean learn in the Supernatural series, where it's like um, where it's like basically the uh, the angels and humans coming together, having a little fun. The angel impregnates the human woman, or vice versa, and that's how a Nephilim happens in the supernatural. But no, this is all basically different areas, like what you would have in a hierarchy of like the Roman Empire, or uh, the royal family in England and stuff like that. Even we use that type of system over here with the president. You have the president, then you have the cabinet, then you have, I mean, all these other places within those those spots. So the Nephilim is one of the bottom dwellers of the hierarchy of heaven.
That's because it wasn't supposed to happen.
To live with people. Despite God's
Well, the Nephilim was supposed to happen.
Samyaza ordered them to let humans know
And
all the secret
you were
knowledge,
almost right on that.
astronomy,
It has to be a
metallurgy,
male
magic,
angel with a
and
female
medicine.
human.
But these
Because
signs
female angels
That's-
can't get pregnant.
Okay, but that's the supernatural. I'm talking about biblical. Okay, if you look it up, it angels can't impregnate. Yeah, you can't procreate with humans. Okay, they can't even procreate with themselves. But the thing is
Stop them from trying.
they don't have the body part. They're like a Ken doll. Okay,
Or a Barbie doll.
or whatever. But the thing is that they're
That's why
you
that's why
you.
they shun on the Nephilim, because it's not supposed to. It wasn't supposed to happen.
But the thing is that that's supernatural. That's what was that was what happened with supernatural. You think there was an angel called Cassiel? There's never been an angel called Cassiel.
No,
Okay,
he was from the movie. He was for the show.
he's from the show, but but also the lore was also from the show. This is actual biblical knowledge.
But I want to say all the other names that they used, all the other angel names.
Actually, the only one that is written in the Bible that is an archangel is Raphael. Okay.
Michael, Lucifer.
Lucifer was not a archangel. Lucifer, no, he was not. And this is the reason why. He was known as the beloved, beautiful one. Okay.
He was the first one. He
No,
was the first angel.
no. Listen to me. He had a higher up status, yes. But the thing is that he wasn't an archangel. Just like most people believe that whenever you go to hell, you go and see Lucifer. That's not true. He's just down there just to be down there. He's not
I'm pretty sure he's got a
over,
gatekeeper. I'm pretty sure he's got a gatekeeper, like God's got Saint Peter.
but he's not over.
Pretty sure there's a gatekeeper for hell too.
He's not
Oof, oops.
over hell. He's not over anything like that. He's down there just like with the rest of people that are in hell, if you believe in that. But the thing is that what it says biblically, that the reason why Lucifer is a fallen angel is because he went against God and wanted his throne. Now, it says nowhere, about him being a archangel. We assume that being humans. But there's now education out there that is correct biblically, that is gone through so much research that they know that Lucifer is not a archangel. Now, there was other archangels, but it was never named in the Bible, like Gabriel, Michael, or no, Michael was named in the Bible. No, wait, what was it?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. Raphael wasn't. There
Azrael
was only no, he wasn't. Look it up.
There
One of them
is.
is
I'm
either
looking at it.
Raphael or Michael that was not named. I would have to go back and do a lot of research on this, but there was
This is from different sources across the web. What angels were named in the Bible? Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. I think it's Azra.
no.
Uh,
If there is, if
Azrael.
it's Azrael, but the thing is that you need instead of plucking this like what you're doing, find those
This one
scriptures.
here is from. This is from the National. I'm assuming it's the National Shriners. It cuts it off.
But
Saint Michael is one of the most powerful archangels in the Bible. Michael is well known for his warrior prowess, and it is described as a great prince. And then that's where it cuts off.
okay, but
You can go find it.
but the thing is that whenever you have something like what you're doing, you always want to have, okay, it says they've been named. Okay, where in the Bible did they go and name them? Did you go look up that scripture? Take everything for face value. Okay, don't take everything as gospel. And that's one of the things that I've learned so much is that, especially whenever I'm reviewing some stuff like this, especially being from the area where I'm at, you want to take stuff,
Okay,
90% bullcrap, but 10% real. If you go and look it up, there's only one archangel ever named in the Bible. Okay? Uriel, all of these other ones wasn't named. There was only one. And it was named a couple of times, actually, because he was on a, how would you say it, a journey. So yeah, that's how he was named in the Bible. Okay, that's the only time that he was named.
There's 3 that are named. depending on which part, whether it's uh, what do they call it? It
Oh,
says some across some branches of faith have some branches of faith mentioned identified a group of 7 to 8 archangels. Hold on. But the named angels vary depending on the source. Gabriel, Michael, and Raphael are always mentioned across all of them. Other archangels vary, but mostly include Uriel and Jeremiel, I guess.
okay.
Both of whom were mentioned in second as ESDRAS, which I don't remember that one being in the King James version.
I don't
That might be one of the
remember.
books that was removed.
I think so. I they could. Okay, here's the thing. They could have been named in all the Apocrypha. Okay.
But
Um,
I
or
remember reading.
Apocrypha, not Apocrypha, Apocrypha. But the thing is that they could be named in that, but we wouldn't never know because guess what? We don't have those
They was talking.
books readily available for us.
That one
Because
was talking about Uriel and Jeremiel.
okay, but the thing is that with all the other ones, if they have if they have uh if they have
Gabriel, Michael,
scriptures,
and Raphael.
okay, but if they have scriptures,
And they weren't. They
that's where
weren't named
you
as angels. They were named as saints.
uh then that's a total different. That's total different.
This is from. This is
Okay.
from the Basilica National Shriners or National Shrine.
Okay. That's not
Uh,
that's not a biblical source. Okay. It may have biblical stuff on it, but it's not a biblical source. Whenever there's a biblical
where?
source, listen to me, Mike. Whenever there's a
Yes,
biblical
ma'am.
source, there will actually be a verse. And
There's a verse on top of this.
you can go look at the verse and go and
What's the verse?
but this is also talking about a book that is not here. That is not in the Bible right now. So I'm going from this point of this
Okay.
not being in there.
Revelation 12, 7, 8. Revelation
Okay.
chapter 12, verses 7 and 8.
Revelation
Then war
12.
broke out in heaven.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 and 8.
Okay. You was reading it?
Then war broke out in heaven. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels battled against them. Battled against the dragon. The dragon and its angels fought back, but they did not prevail. And there was. I'm reading through the cracks. Hang on. There was no longer any place for them in heaven.
Okay,
At the
that
Basilica.
okay. The thing about that, it was only mentioned once that Michael was there. Okay. There wasn't mentioned
They
any.
only pulled that one.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that the names, it's insinuated all of these angels was
Hang
there.
on, Michael was well known for his warrior prowess and is described as a great prince from the book of Daniel. Multiple Bible stories illustrate how he courageously fights against evil spiritual forces, and such as in Jude, where he argues with the devil over the body of Moses, and in that's where this Revelation, where he leads other angels in battle against the wicked dragon.
Okay, but
The
like I
dragon was
was
mentioned in Daniel. He was mentioned in Daniel and Jude.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Michael's only been mentioned a handful of times. Now he may have had other angels with him, and there may be like them saying other angels, like what you just said in Revelations. But the thing is that it's not necessarily them calling out Gabriel, Raphael, uh, Lucifer, and all of them.
Another prominent archangel was Saint Raphael, who was known for providing
What
healing and
scripture?
guidance to the faithful. You let me get to it. This must be one of the ones that was pulled because I don't recognize the name of it. In the book of Tobit, Tobit.
Yes,
Robert.
that was a book that was pulled. Like I said,
Okay,
there's no modern scriptures of the other angels.
let's see
Okay.
here in Gabriel. Gabriel, Luke 1:26 to 22 describes, I am the 6th month. The angel Gabriel, or not I am, in the, sorry, like I said, I'm reading the crack. Phone's In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to the town of Galilee called Nazareth to a virgin betrothed to a man named Joseph. So this is talking about the birth of Christ.
Okay, but was that the archangel Gabriel, or is that a just another angel Gabriel? That's what I'm saying. There,
I was reading the verse to you.
whenever they mention a archangel, it's with high reference. You know, it's almost like they're reading, like they're mentioning Jesus. You know, it's like the high or the Almighty Jesus, the, you know, all of these other
You
ones.
didn't.
You just said the
Yeah.
angel Gabriel. That's just telling me that he wasn't. He may have. There again, it may be a regular angel. It may be an angel before he got the archangel status, because the archangel status was not like um was not like you was born into it. It was more like you was
Gabriel was a messenger.
right.
Possibly the most recognized angel in the Bible, Gabriel is known for delivering important messages to God's people. He had the privilege of appearing to Mary to reveal to her that he was the one that told Mary she was going to have Jesus.
Right. That was a different one because, as you know, God has a sense of humor. Here's the thing: God has a sense of humor, and whenever you're talking about Gabriel, that part Supernatural actually got right, because he wasn't Gabriel, the uh the messenger was just a
He
messenger,
also
a pretty much, if
he
you would,
also
a Cupid type.
he he also informed Zechariah that his wife Elizabeth, Mary's cousin, would bear a son, just happened to be John the Baptist,
Right,
who would prepare the way for the Lord.
right. Not the same.
Uh, each of these angels has a different responsibilities. Michael is a warrior, Raphael is a guardian, and Gabriel is a messenger. But they share a common purpose. They act on behalf of God, helping his people and bringing him to glory. As Psalm 103:20 declares, Bless the Lord, uh, all you his, bless the Lord, all you his angels, mighty in strength, acting at his behest, obedient to his command.
Okay. But yeah,
The
that's
only
a
one that
different
said was an archangel
was Michael. Didn't say the
uh
other one. Did not say the other
no,
one
it didn't.
in reference to
Raphael said
that was in a
no.
book that we don't have.
Okay, but it says that he is one of 7 angels who stand and serve before the glory of the Lord.
Right. But the
We
thing
know
is,
there's 7 or 8 archangels.
We actually don't know how many archangels is out there. Okay, we know that there may be 7 or 8, but there may be just like 2 or 3. Okay, that's the thing that we see. Here's what we know, but here's what the universe has for us. I mean, it's not necessarily that we're stupid or that we don't know no better. It's because there's so many people are gatekeeping all of this information, and that's what we're having to go on is old encrypted information instead of it
The
being
entire,
instead
the
of it
entire Bible is old and encrypted.
right. But the thing is that if we sit there and read from the Hebrew and Greek, the first two, the first two actual Bibles that was out there,
Even the
then
one for Greece, even the one in Rome was a translation.
no, no, it wasn't. It
Dude,
was
the
like,
Roman people didn't speak Hebrew.
but it was at that time to where they could actually have a one for one. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say is that part of part of the scripture, especially from like whenever Pontius Pilate was there and everything else, is all true. Okay, but then whenever you have the stuff from the Egyptians and all of these other areas that are south from Rome or from where the Romans had been, that's
You
where
said
the
what you?
Islamic or that's where the Hebrew version comes in and is a whole lot clearer than what it
You
is.
said what was the year 16 whatever?
Mid 1600s. I want to say 1642, 1646, somewhere in there.
Who the King of England? Charles the First was King of England, of Great Britain and Ireland from 1625 to 1649. So this would have been King Charles the First.
But this all happened with the Vatican though. This didn't happen with King James.
Right.
It all happened with the Vatican. That's what I was setting.
At that time, yes, the Pope was supposed to be God's right hand man, right?
Right.
Allegedly, his
Still
will be
today.
done on earth. Okay,
Still today. Supposed to be.
but the King Charles the Third, doesn't have power over the church like they did back then.
There's two types of Catholic churches. There's Roman Catholic and there's what is it? English pros it's something Protestant Catholic Church. It's English.
Oh,
Okay, there's two
okay.
different types. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But here
I
in the
know
book of
the
Enoch,
crown. I know the crown now is over the Church of England.
right. But here in
Which
the
is, I know it's Christianity, but I don't remember which.
it's Catholic. Anything that deals with royalty or with the main storyline for the Bible, it's always going to be run by Catholics.
What religion is the Church of England? Catholic and Reformed. Claims to be both Catholic and Reformed. It upholds teachings found in early Christian doctrines such as the Apostles' Creed and the whatever that word is. The church also reserves 16th century Protestant Reformation ideas outlined in texts such as the 39 Articles and the Book of the Common Prayer.
Right. Okay. Getting back to the book of Enoch.
An increase in
It's all tied
injustice.
in.
Those who were able to
But
master the new
I can't
knowledge
hear your
faster
video.
began to oppress others.
Quiet,
Moreover,
That's the reason why I was saying what I was saying.
The Nephilim themselves became a source of sin. Each of them seduced a woman from Earth. In such unions, giant children were born, but Earth's resources weren't enough to feed so many giants. Soon, they became tyrants, oppressing people, and some even practiced cannibalism. According to Enoch's version of events, this is why God had to triple the worldwide flood to get rid of these giants and restore harmony on Earth. Interestingly, decades ago, this whole story was considered quite true. Some lines from the ancient Holy Scripture are even quoted in the canonical Epistle of Jude. Furthermore,
There's where Jude comes in, is because the book of Enoch also tagged along with the book of Jude. So, yeah.
representatives of the
pick and
Ethiopian
choose what part of the book
Orthodox
they were gonna take out?
Tewahedo Church still consider the Book of Enoch
Not
an
yet.
integral part of the Bible. But the Vatican just couldn't accept that sin was brought to earth by divine creatures. After all, in Christianity, only humans are traditionally considered the source of sin. Most of the clergy disliked the Book of Enoch so much that they began to argue for its inferiority. In 1898, British researcher Henry Hayman published an entire investigation in which he claimed the ancient text was written not by Enoch himself, but by a dozen unknown authors far from religion.
Like every book in the Bible.
The sacred scripture has not subsided to this day. Just recently, in 2022, the Tomorrow's World Portal published an article where the Book of Enoch was called a forgery. But would the representatives of the Vatican try so hard to refute the ancient scripture if it differed from the official version of the Bible only in details? Maybe the Book of Enoch hides many more secrets, and historical inconsistencies are just a great excuse to divert attention from them, especially since this ancient text correlates perfectly with other stories of antiquity.
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, the book of Enoch also establishes, okay, there's Nephilim, there's Seraphim, there's archangels, there's God himself, or in some Christianity groups herself. But the thing is that you look at it as, going along with Jude and it actually pulling some stuff like, does the book of Enoch establish that there's giants? Does the book of Enoch establishes dragons and stuff like that? Okay, that's, I guess that's what the Catholics had against, or the Vatican had against, um, had against the book of Enoch, because there was so many, from what I've been told, there was so many stories that was more, uh, like there was dragons, there was giants, but you look at it, you had one that came and slipped by, the David versus Goliath. I mean, Goliath was a giant. David was a king. Okay? And basically, yes, there was giants. We have had a giant in the last 60 years. Two giants, actually. Three. That's been well known. You had Andre the Giant. You had Paul White. You had the one that came from, I forget his name, started with a K. Over there, the Great Khali, there we go. But All of these 7 foot and above. Okay. But what they're talking about in the past is that these guys was 10 feet, 10 feet without wings or without anything else. Now, as we get later on in this video, you'll start to see that, hey, look, there could be a lot more to this than what we thought before and what we think about now. All right, let's go ahead and get on it.
In his work, Enoch described the children giant.
Look at, did you look at that sheep versus that that foot of the giant? Oh, that's more than just 10 feet.
Of the Nephilim in such detail was as if he had the opportunity to personally interact with them. And recent discoveries indicate that this
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch.
fantastic assumption may not be so far from the truth. Plus, huge men have been mentioned not only in Greek myths and the Old Testament, but in hundreds of stories around the world. And some of them have striking echoes of the events Enoch described. For example, the people of Central African tribes believed that their entire family descended from a giant Mbombo, whom they later honored as a god. According to the legends, Mbombo also sent messengers to Earth to finish the creation of the world and help people. But some of them failed in their task, just like the Nephilim, according to Enoch. In addition, we can find something similar in Chinese mythology, although these regions are separated by thousands of kilometers. There, the giant Pengu created the world by chopping up the endless chaos with a huge axe. This created two equal parts of the world, balancing each other, yin and yang. Pengu entrusted his assistants to organize the world, and he ascended to heaven. Don't you think all these stories are different interpretations of the same events? Then we read in Enoch about how the angry Lord ordered the Nephilim to be placed, quote, into darkness by those who didn't betray him. Does this remind you of anything? Exactly. Ancient Greek Titans.
Titans.
Like the Nephilim, they feuded with the chief god Zeus and were later overthrown and imprisoned in the dark abyss, Tartarus. And they were giants also. In many languages, the words titan and giant are still synonymous. There seems to be a direct connection between Enoch's story and ancient Greek beliefs. But then, why does the official Bible make virtually no mention of prehistoric giants? Could it be that the church wants to hide the fact that giants used to have much more power? Many stories in American folklore don't just mention giants. They say giants once lived side by side with human beings. And it was in this very area that archaeologists once discovered something interesting. Excavating one of the burial mounds, researchers saw an incredible picture. In the center of the mound lay a skeleton that reached a
As one of the skeletons of said giants or said Nephilim. And that's the thing about this, is that it's not too far off from what what has been written in all these other books, but we have no other historical data, all except for what is known whenever you read in the Bible against for David and Goliath. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's the reason why I said there's a lot of gatekeeping in the Christian community and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go on a rant on another video because of everybody's saying, well, who God is and who is a sinner, who is who is all this other, and it really, whenever you look at it, what God and what Jesus didn't want is for people like the you know that causes all of this drama, because would he come down and be with people who cause drama? No. He'd be, eating cake and rainbows and all of this other. So yeah, that's another story for another time.
I found this little passage over the Book of Enoch.
Okay.
It's in that same website I was messing with. I searched the website for it. This is what showed up. So I couldn't hear your video, so I don't know what all was said, so I might be repeating some of it or most of it. Um, it's basically talking about the archangels in the Book of Enoch for the most part of it. Um, one such tradition of archangels comes from the Old Testament biblical that word. The third century BCE Book of the Watchers, known as One Enoch or the Book of Enoch,
Yeah,
eventually
first
merged
Enoch.
into eventually merged into the Enochic Panther. Yeah, it made a word. Basically, this narrative is affiliated with the Book of the Giants, uh,
It is.
which also which also references the great archangels and is made part of Eastern Orthodox Tuet Tuedo. I guess they would say that. I don't. Their church's spiritual canon, other prevalent, although prevalent in Jewish and early Christian apostolic traditions and early Christian fathers, the Book of Enoch gradually fell from academic and religious status, and by the seventh century the was rejected from the scriptures and all other Christian denominations. The various surviving oral traditions recounted many differing lists of archangels. The names entered Jewish tradition during the Babylonian captivity, based right about 1605 BCE. I guess
Yeah.
605 BC.
Right. It was from that area.
Babylonian folklore and cosmology and early Mesopotamian beliefs under the dualistic influences of a Z word Zoroastrianism. I guess it's close. Centered around anthropomorphic and zoomorphic representations of stars, planets, and constellations, including the four sons of the Sky Father carrying the winged sun,
You
the
know,
throne of
you,
wisdom.
you know what it all means? All of that means that basically the book of Enoch, not only was it a book of giants, but it also gave the celestial life and the uh, astronomics of the
The
whole
first,
Bible area.
the first prophet Daniel, then authors such as Ezekiel, uh, herbalized whatever his mythology, equating the Babylonian constellations with abstract forms, held to be the sons of the gods, angels of the Lord, angels of the Lord of Israel, and heavenly. Anyway, it goes into 2 BC, Book of the Parables. Names the four angels accompanying the Ancient of Days,
Right.
standing before the Lord, standing before the Lord of Spirits, the voices of those upon the four sides magnifying the Lord of Glory. Uh, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Was it? Would it be Phanuel or Panuel? Phanuel.
Right.
The Book of the Watchers lists the angels who, in anti, anti, whatever ancient times, interceded on behalf of mankind against the rogue spirits termed the Watchers. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. Which I think that P word turned into Uriel over time.
Right. It did. But yeah, that's one thing that it this all happened. Okay, but the thing is that we're being gatekept. That's a whole reason why I'm saying this one was 8 foot. Okay, that's our modern day tallest person. Okay, 8 foot something, seven
I
foot
just swore there
something.
was a 9 or a 10 foot person.
I want to say in the Guinness book, yes.
Tallest living.
But this is done through archaeology
Eight.
to
Sultan's whatever his name has the title of being the tallest person in the world because of his height. He's been given entry into the Guinness World Records. The total height of him is 8 foot 3 inches.
well, this was actually 8 feet. So this, like I said, this is
They put him next to the shortest person ever.
right. But
he's as big as his shoe.
hmm, but
All the tallest people are right at 8'1", 8'2", 8'3".
but you have who we know
This is a modern dude.
that is 7'6", 7'7", 7'8" on that area that are well known. But that's what I'm saying. This is not only the book of giants. This is the book of everything. That it is just it's gatekept because nobody understood it. I guess I'm not for sure. I'm not the Vatican. I cannot say what what is viewed, what is not. So yeah, here we go.
.5 meters. The deceased person wore forged copper bracelets on each wrist and a heavy mica necklace on the chest. It was obvious that this giant had been honored in ancient times. The most interesting thing was that at least 10 more ordinary people were buried around him without expensive jewelry. Scientists had the impression that they had found a burial site of a giant monarch and his closest subordinates. Does this mean that thousands of years ago giants ruled over all of humankind? This assumption is certainly not supported by the Vatican, but it's confirmed in the Book of Enoch. Despite all of God's prohibitions, people honored the giants, the children of the Nephilim, because they were, in fact, also half divine. Some researchers suggest that some of the giants managed to survive the Great Flood, and then people again appointed them as their rulers. Could this be what the Vatican has been hiding from us for centuries? Or could the reason priests dislike the Book of Enoch lie even deeper, in more daring statements of Enoch? After all, the author of the ancient text claimed the Nephilim might have been not fallen angels, but aliens.
Survival of the fittest, my guy.
That is a very brave statement right there.
Outer space. And if you think that for a man who lived 5
The Book of Enoch makes a very proclaimed message of could the giants be divine or could they be alien?
1,000 years ago, this
What?
Go either way.
It could.
two fantastic facts about the structure of the universe. According to the Bible, Enoch was one of the first people on Earth. It would be reasonable to assume that at that time, humankind knew nothing about the features of celestial bodies. However, in his book, Enoch detailed some astronomical facts. One of the chapters of his work is called Heavenly Luminaries. In it, the author tells us that the sun and the moon pass through certain gates. He's aware that the Earth's satellite doesn't shine itself, but only reflects this sunlight. And depending on this, he distinguishes different lunar phases. Such descriptions lead to two incredible conclusions at once. Enoch understood not only that our Earth is a sphere, but also realized that it revolves around the sun. However,
So Enoch was the first astrophysicist.
by Nicolaus Copernicus and Galileo Galilei only in the 16th century. Moreover, in his work, Enoch also describes the characteristics by which it's most convenient to classify the stars. In his opinion, the luminaries should be distinguished according to their weight, their light, and the amplitude of their places from our planet to a particular celestial body. But this is how astronomers now typify stars, according to their systemic magnitude, brightness, and distance from Earth. On some pages of the ancient scriptures, precise calculations are given, and they are quite consistent with modern observations. Enoch developed an entire system by which he calculated the positions of the sun and moon on any day of the year, and it remains valid even today. But how did Enoch acquire all of this knowledge? After all, if we assume that his intellectual abilities were several millennia ahead of his time, he just couldn't have come to some conclusions by observing the night sky from Earth. For this, he had to have seen our planet from orbit, and perhaps that's exactly what happened. In one section, Enoch talks about the, quote, treasury of light and thunder, a strange phenomenon of Earth's atmosphere when luminous energy accumulates between the clouds, which later falls to Earth during a thunderstorm. Of course, the author is referring to ordinary lightning, but from Earth it's certainly impossible to see how it is formed. However, astronauts on the orbiting space station have the opportunity to observe this phenomenon every day. Enoch himself claimed that all of this was told to him by the highest of God. Once he even had the honor of visiting the palace of the highest. Enoch wrote that the walls and floors there were made of mirrored crystal, and it was illuminated by a light, quote, bright as fire, but cold as snow. This description bears a striking resemblance to our usual modern artificial lighting, wouldn't you say? But the most amazing thing is that the palace of the highest could float in the air. Enoch traveled on it, where he could see for himself that Earth was round and revolved around the sun. It's interesting that in an ancient Indian epic, there's an image of Vimana, a luminous flying celestial palace, which, if necessary, could become a refuge for various deities. If we compare the fragments of the Book of Enoch with Hindu myths, it seems as if they describe the same phenomenon. But Enoch couldn't have been in such a remote part of the world. But the so-called flying palace probably wouldn't have had any trouble traveling that far very quickly. So is the whole Book of Enoch not a religious text, but a detailed description of an encounter with aliens? Could this be the reason of why it was so disliked by the Vatican? Any Christian would agree that angels and God live beyond the mortal realm, but the Book of Enoch adds some truly extraterrestrial details to this idea. Remember the enigmatic biblical phrase that Enoch, quote, walked with God for 300 years. That was his space tour with the Lord. The Book of Enoch describes how the angels first helped him to bathe in a special solution, quote, smelling of incense, and then gave him a divine robe. It was, quote, so snow white that it seemed to emit light. Only
Wow.
then did the Lord allow Enoch to enter his mysterious palace and travel. It's easy to conclude that this is a figurative passage that symbolizes the purification of the righteous believer before meeting the Lord. Except that this isn't the original text of the Book of Enoch. It was first known in Europe only in the 18th century. A traveler found a copy of an ancient text in Egypt. It was translated from Hebrew into English by theological professor Richard Lawrence. But some of the expressions in the Book of Enoch were completely incomprehensible to him. Lawrence wasn't dissuaded. He simply replaced all the strange phrases with his own words and threw out some of the passages. When this was revealed, other researchers tried to translate the text in their own way, but only made things worse. With each new version of the Book of Enoch, there were more and more free interpretations and popular theses of the time. As a result, whole passages began to resemble modern sermons, while the original Book of Enoch became increasingly obscured. However, even what remains can be deciphered if you look at the text from an unfamiliar, non-religious angle. Imagine that you lived before our era and suddenly aliens decided to visit you. In what words would you later describe such a visit? You wouldn't be able to say that the spaceship was made of, say, plastic if you had never seen such a material before. Most likely, you'll try to describe what happened with simple and clear metaphors or mythical images. And that's exactly what Enoch did. He just as well as he could described the incredible events that happened to him. And the religious background appeared in the text much later because of the different interpretations of numerous translators. As a result, the alien astronauts turned into angels and cherubim. Their captains became archangels, and the supreme commander was the Lord. LED lights became cold fire. Heat-resistant finish panels became mirror crystal, and spaceships became flying palaces. In this case, the scene where angels wash Enoch with incense and change him into a snow-white robe turns into a necessary disinfection of an earthling upon arrival on board, followed by his changing into a spacesuit. And even modern spacesuits are indeed completely white. This fits perfectly with Enoch's unusual knowledge of various celestial bodies. It seems that the alien angels gave him an entire tour with a lecture, from which the ancient author didn't understand everything and wrote down what he could. But one question still remains unsolved. We're used to thinking that aliens must be a completely different life form, intelligent reptiloids or giant talking rocks. Why then does Enoch describe the fallen alien angels as humanoid beings? How did he
That is something else. So, I mean, really.
even manage to interact with them? In 1984, British astrophysicist Fred Hoyle published a book called Evolution from Space. In it, he suggested that life might have first arisen outside of Earth. This alien civilization had evolved to such an extent that it was ready to inhabit other habitable planets. In Hoyle's view, that's how humanity came to be. That is, humans are not in fact a new life form, but those who existed outside our planet long before. In that case, we're all just a lost-in-space branch of some extraterrestrial civilization. And even if the specific climate and millions of years of evolution have changed our appearance, certain similarities with our cosmic forebears have still not disappeared. Isn't that why Enoch called the fallen angels not human beings, but humanoid? That is, they were like us, but a little different. The same theory can explain the contact of the Nephilim with our women. After all, if we all came from the same ancestor, women from Earth could well have born children from aliens. After all, in our DNA, there are traces of Neanderthals, meaning mixed marriages between human species doesn't look like a fantasy anymore, but a reality. And when we are now beaming signals into space, Are we actually
Could
trying to
be
establish contact not with another life form,
not a reality,
with
but
distant
like a
relatives? Of course, both the Vatican and serious historians write it all off to
like
Enoch's
sending
past,
out
or
signals
through
for
document
like
falsification.
other people to come
Still,
visit.
additional confirmations of the Book of Enoch indeed exist. In the 70s of the last
Remember the
century,
Enoch
American
video?
astronomer
Yeah.
Carl Sagan drew attention to the unusual myths of the
There goes
dead
another
who live in
person that
vessels.
is well known, Carl Sagan.
Images in some of their stories were very different from those typical
Don't know him.
of the region. The natives even claimed that a real god had visited them not so long ago and told them some of the mysteries of the universe. Of course, first it would seem like some fantasy. However, it soon turned out that in the early 30s, a European traveler had come to this area. And since the Dogon people had never seen anybody like that, they took him to be a supernatural being. As for the mysteries of the universe, apparently the traveler was just trying to tell the tribesmen the story of a popular book about the star Sirius for fun. And when he left, all his stories had grown to incredible details and turned into real myths. And this occurred over just several decades. Who knows? Maybe the aliens just showed Enoch some video from their own version of the Riddle Channel. What do you think?
Huh? That's a good point. Good point. You know, the alien showing a channel or showing a video from the channel of Riddle. Anyway, much love to each and every one of y'all. Y'all like, subscribe, and follow me. I'm always doing other things, other great things. We got more than just videos that's gonna, or music that's gonna be coming across the air. Hopefully I can do a uh, a react night each and every week, you know, either Tuesday or Thursdays. So y'all pay attention to my Discord. Please go follow it. It's over here on the pillar, pillar.io/transgamerlive. Much love to each and every one of y'all. I will see y'all on the next video. Yeah. See ya. That was one of the longest videos I've ever done. Hold on, Mike. Mike, what I was trying to tell you, if you didn't look at the video or look at me whenever look at me whenever I'm talking and stuff like that. I know that you had valid points coming up, but this video was 23 minutes and we made it into an hour and 14. I wasn't expecting to.
Well, you have video and then you have discussion.
Right, but the thing is that whenever you're doing discussion like this, valid points, if it ain't got no scripture, or if the book is not in the actual book or books, it's not known as valid scripture.
How is it not valid if it's they pulled scripture from books that
I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you is that whenever, especially the book of Enoch, it's not in the Bible. It's not anywhere. It's in the Vatican. Same thing with the book of Thomas. There was another book. Well, there's quite a few books that is known as Apocrypha. Okay. And basically,
had made a bargain with.
And basically is like, you know, it's not known. Okay. So I'm trying to keep it to the point of, okay, hey, look, this is in the Bible. This is not in the Bible. And whenever this 23-minute video should have been 40 minutes at least. Okay. Not, an hour 14. You know what I mean? Ooh. Is everybody still with us? Probably not. Because we have already reached our 2-hour window.
Did I tell you that Kyle Busch sold KBM to Spire?
Yeah. That was like one of the first things that you said. Those pickles on that chicken is spicy. I mean, they had some heat to them.
Damn, McLaren hasn't won a Constructors Championship since '98. Okay, from 2014 to 2021, Mercedes won it back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
So, Jamie, what did you think? Ooh. What are you cooking, too? Oh, this is going to be a long night. Long night. It was interesting and I learned stuff. Not very religious person, but it was very formative. I'm not a religious person either. Whenever it comes down to Christianity, I'm a spiritualist. I'd rather take what I learn and give it to people rather them sit through these religious sermons and stuff like that. He made spaghetti with garlic bread. Hey, Jamie, whenever you get a chance and you want to go to Subway and stuff, go get the roasted garlic aioli. Get that on your bread first, then put your meats on it, get it baked, and it's like garlic bread. It's like one of my favorite things. Okay. Second second video. It's 18 minutes long. Not trying to go over 30, Mike. Not trying to go over 30. It's called
What's it about?
What Happened to the Men Who Made Deals with the Devil?
Well, if it's
If it's not,
crossroads deed, if it's a crossroads deed, then they're good until it comes due. You know what happens.
see, there you go with these supernatural references. We're not dealing with Crowley. We're not dealing with Azrael. We're not dealing with Cain. We're not dealing with Lucifer. Well, we're dealing with Lucifer, but in a yes, there is the devil, Lucifer, whatever you want to call it, Lucy Morningstar, Samael, um, a lot of uh, a lot of different. And this video is by Thoughty, Thoughty 2, actually, which is a guy. But the thing is that if it's not biblical, if it's not correct,
Since you're on Discord, Mike, don't say it.
because I want this to be factual, but I want it to be entertaining.
You mean correct in your terms, or
Okay. Let's list, and by no means I'm not trying to toot my own horn on this. 9 years of
what?
being a ordained minister, over 7 or 8 doing hauntings, and I mean, I've read. Okay, the majority of the books I read is on religion and every type of religion. It's not just Christianity, it's Satanist, it's atheism, it's Greeks, Romans, because that right there,
So,
that's stuff that I love. Demonology, that's stuff that I love.
okay, then you'll be digging this, because this is actually has to do with Lucifer or Satan or the evil one or whatever name you want to call him. Because I'm trying to find out if the name Lucifer was ever mentioned in the Bible. And all it's giving me is Lucifer's fall from heaven.
Okay, in a short story,
I got the story right here.
what Lucifer was an angel, a higher class angel that was over the Church of God. Okay, he was the one that was known for the beauty, and also one that was known for his singing. Okay, the term singing like an angel, that's or the phrase singing like an angel, that's pretty much coined whenever you're talking about Lucifer. And basically, I mean, the thing was is that he saw God's throne that intrigued him. Well, he tried to go get in it.
Take it.
Yeah, he was trying to take it over. And God
laid the smack down on his candy ass.
God said,
Nah.
"This, you can't be doing this." Slapped him on the wrist once. He tried to do it again.
In this room. You have any chair in this room except that one.
He tried to do it again, and he got slapped down again. He tried to do it again the third time. He's like, okay. With a snap of God's two fingers, Lucifer fell from the Church of God.
Fell from grace.
Fell from grace.
It's talking about the story of Lucifer's fall described in two key Old Testament chapters, Ezekiel 28 and Isaiah 14. It would seem from the context of Ezekiel 28 that the first 10 verses of this chapter are dealing with a human leader. Then starting in verse 11 and through verses 19, Lucifer is the focus of discussion. It's talking about, moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, talking about a lamentation over the king of Tyre, and say to him, Thus says the Lord God, you are the signet of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering. And it gives a bunch of stone names like topaz, diamond, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphire,
Right.
emerald. And crafted in gold were your settings and your engravings. On the day that you were created, you were prepared. You were an anointed guardian. I placed you. You were in the holy mountain of God, in the midst of the stones of fire you walked. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created till unrighteousness was found in you. In the absence of your trade, you were filled with violence, and in your midst you were filled with violence in your midst, and you sinned. So I cast you as a profane thing from the mountain of God, and I destroy you, O guardian cherub, in the midst of the stones of fire. And then it goes on. This is all part of Ezekiel.
Right. And let me ask you this. Now, you at first said that Lucifer was an archangel.
He's believed
And
to be.
and shows they claim him as an archangel. But whenever you're actually reading what is wrote, do you
I was reading this thing. The term archangel only appears once, and it's like First Thessalonians.
right, whenever it's talking about Michael.
And it eventually refers to Michael as the
Because Michael was going, like I was saying, Michael was going through the journey. Yeah, he's a.
It refers to him as like it's God and then Michael.
Yeah, And that's what it is. Because whenever you think of God, the first the first
Well,
thought the first thought you're actually supposed to have is Michael, not Lucy. But yeah, I mean there's quite a I mean, see, here's the thing. Bible is meant for the Bible is outdated. Okay? And
some have
I'll
suggested that these verses were actually be dealing with the human king of Tyre or Tyre,
tire tire
like I need new tires.
it's
Is that how you
Tyre.
yeah, as I'm saying, you're looking at it, but that's how you pronounce it, like
Yeah,
tire.
yeah, tire.
Okay. Some have suggested that those verses were actually talking about the king of Tyre, who was empowered by Satan. Perhaps the historic king of Tyre was a tool of Satan, possibly even indwelt by him. In describing this king, Ezekiel also gives us glimpses of the superhuman creature Satan, who was using, if not indwelt. They just repeated themselves.
See,
Uh,
that's also okay, and I'm not for sure whether you was reading that off the website or through a Bible app or whatever. But
it's on a website, but it's got scripture planted throughout it. Like it says, uh, now there are things that are true of this king that at least ultimately cannot be said for the true human beings. For example, the king is portrayed as having a different nature from man. He is a cherub. That's in verse 14. He had a different position from man. He is blameless and sinless. Verse 15. He was in a different realm of man, the holy mount of God, verses 13 to 14. He received a different judgment from man. He was cast out of the mountain of God and thrown unto the earth. Verse 16.
right,
And the superlatives used to describe him didn't seem to fit that the normal human being, full of wisdom, perfect in beauty, and having a seal of perfection. That was from verse 12.
right,
Uh, our text tells us that the king was created and left the creative hand of God in perfect state. That's Ezekiel 28, chapter 28, verse 12 to 15. And he remained perfect in his ways until inequity was found in him. Ezekiel 28:15.
right,
In his inequity, and yeah, in the next verse, your heart became proud of your account of your beauty and corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor. Lucifer apparently became so impressed with his own beauty and intelligence, power, and position that he began to desire himself the honor and glory of being that belonged to God alone. The sin that corrupted Lucifer was self-generated pride.
right.
So
That
basically, he got full of himself, and God's like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here."
right. It's exactly what happened. I mean, that's the reason. It was also said that with his voice, his beauty, and everything, he was like, "Who else do I need? I got myself."
Appar- Apparently, this represents the actual beginning of the sin in the universe, preceding the fall of the human. This is before Adam and Eve. By the end of well, obviously it's before Adam and Eve because Satan or Lucifer was the one who corrupted Adam and Eve allegedly.
No, it was not.
Preceding the fall of the human Adam, in a by an indeterminate time, sin originated with the free fall of Lucifer, in which, with a full understanding of the issues involved, he chose to rebel against the Creator.
Right. But the thing is that Adam and Eve was not. See, here's the thing. the Bible goes in what is called parables. Parables are stories. Just like it's a story to learn by. Okay?
And like
So
all the books that are names Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all of them. Those are I think those were disciples, but
those was disciples.
uh, those are all their accounts of when they walked with Jesus.
Right.
So they're all telling their own
But
story.
but okay, but their story is like an autobiography. But what I'm talking about is stuff that happens like in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, all of these other ones,
Deuteronomy.
Numbers, Deuteronomy, and stuff like that. All of these happen to be uh, parables. A lot of them happen in Psalms, Corinthians, a lot of letters that they wrote out. There was actually a letter of Enoch that went to. Uh, that's what they was referencing in the video.
Like you said in the other video, that Enoch was the first astrophysicist or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was the start of the astrophysicist.
Which explains some of the content, or most of the content
Right.
of that particular book, especially when it gets to talking about
The stars, the galaxies.
constellations and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's what the last part of that video, that's the reason why I didn't stop it. That's the last part of the video was nothing but astrophysicist content. And I
Somebody
mean,
asked me the other day uh, if I think we're alone in the universe, and I got to thinking about it.
we're
I
no.
never really stopped. I never really stopped to think about it because a haven't really had time. B never thought about it. But based on what we know from the universe, that it is. Hang on, I don't know if you can hear the race car on the block behind me.
No, I can't.
Oh, well, shit! It blocks out everything then.
I told you. I told you. You
I can't
do.
even hear myself think. uh, he asked if I thought we was alone in the universe. Like I said, I haven't stopped long enough to think about it. I've never really just never thought about it.
Right.
Uh, but from what we know, the universe is not only old but big.
Well, that's just our solar system. Our solar system is massive. You realize on Saturn, which is the
That,
sixth, I think it's sixth planet, uh, something like that. Sixth planet, our biggest planet, the
well,
gaseous, whatever.
Saturn's not the biggest.
But
Jupiter is.
anyway, sixth planet, I guess, not for sure.
Let's see here. Let's see.
It gets 300.
Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. I think it's
Jupiter and
Saturn.
Saturn's to, right there with each other.
Saturn. I don't remember if it's Neptune and Uranus or Uranus and Neptune, and then Pluto is floating out there somewhere.
It's Uranus, actually. And I am not I did not know this. They said the reason why we called it Uranus whenever we was younger is because it's easier. But Uranus, you and there was a thing by Neil deGrasse Tyson, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't know what you're talking about.
said that it is actually Uranus. So
Okay.
I believe him. So that is
I'm
one
not saying you're
doctor I
wrong. I'm just
believe.
saying
No, I'm just saying
I'm
for,
not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'll probably forget, and I've only seen
but
it a couple times.
anywho,
But like I was saying, I was talking about the universe in whole, not just
well,
our galaxy,
our universe,
not just
our
even even our solar system is a speck compared to the galaxy. You put the Milky Way against the rest of the universe, we're a speck.
yeah.
So
I
there's
mean
no
the
way the universe is that big and we're the only one in it.
whenever you, well, I
Not only that
forget
big, but
the
it's that old.
I forget what NASA did, but they like there's a place that is like 52,000 or 52 something like that
Yeah.
light years away, and they've spotted life on it. So that's the reason why I said no, we're not alone. We've got other, you know, beings. Now, what these beings look like on this uh supposed planet from another solar system, I don't know.
You
But
could even see you could even see evidence of that here on this planet.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean, look
You
at
can
the
tap
video
into
that we just done. The video that we just done, it was showing Nephilim. Supposedly, here's the thing for Nephilim. Supposedly, whenever God got rid of or took away the Nephilim, he put them on Mars. And that's the reason why Mars, they said, are, well, there's a thing out there that they're really wanting to go to Mars, but they're also looking for another place on the in the solar system to start sending humans. The reason is, and I'll be completely transparent with everybody. The reason is that every year our weather, or our, how would you say it? Our axis is turning, okay? So where one year it's like this, it's like this, then it's like this, then it's like this. And then,
well, it's not perfect. It wobbles.
well, it doesn't wobble. It actually, what it does is that it's rotating the axis the opposite direction. Okay. So every year from the beginning of the earth to now, every year it goes 26 miles. And this is what Dr. Tyson has been saying for years. It goes 26 miles. Okay. So whenever the earth gets like parallel with the axis going straight across, and the earth starts doing this, it's going to be so cold. It's going to be Arctic weather in,
Hang on, I could, I didn't have the camera on, so I don't know what you were talking about.
basically whenever,
Hang on, just a second,
let me know.
just a second, just a second. God damn it! Notifications up here, but as soon as I go to click yours, I get another notification. So it moved it up to it. So I went to fucking the score and not you.
Uh,
All right, go for it.
Okay, whenever the axis is straight up and down, our Earth goes this way. Okay,
Not straight up and
so
down.
right, I'm just making what it looks like. So every year it starts turning. Okay, 26 miles. But whenever you get straight across like this, because what it's doing is it's flipping axis. So it's going from right here to right here.
Okay, okay. Hang on. I know what
So
you're talking about. It's not gonna flip the planet.
no,
Okay. It's magnetically
basically
gonna flip.
it's magnetically going to flip. But the thing is that our
But that's not due
our
to right.
natural. Here's what Dr. Tyson was talking about, and if y'all want me to, I can do a video on this. It's about, I want to say, 20 something minutes long. I'll do it next week sometime or another. But what it is that every year our our magnetic form is getting switched over. So whenever we get to that middle part and our winters are really going to be our winter's going to be really bad. Okay? Then our summers are going to be super hot. So basically,
But that's the I know what you're talking about. Okay. Uh for the people who are listening who don't know, imagine a basketball, but you stick a really long pencil through it. Okay. Tilt it to one side, and that's how we sit. Okay. Then you spin it, and then we rotate around the sun. Okay. And that's how the seasons work too, because because the Earth is tilted. When we're in summertime, the top of the planet is leaning towards the sun. Right now, we're somewhere to where the tilt isn't affecting like the weather so much because everybody's getting the same. Uh
well, it's affecting the
when we
weather
get
quite a
around to
bit.
wintertime, when we get around to wintertime, the top of the planet where we're on is tilted away from the sun during that part of the season, part of the year. Now,
But our
and the axis doesn't sit there and spin perfectly. It's got a wobble to it. Okay, it's like the planet's out of balance, so it wobbles a little bit. Uh, I forget what they said. Every couple million years, the magnetic poles switch, and it doesn't rotate around the planet. It'll just one day just flip over.
no, it takes years. It takes years for that. And that's what we're in right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you is
But
that
I
what
also believe that the planet will take care of itself. Okay, we're not gonna kill this planet. Okay, this planet will. We're like a virus to it. Okay, if the virus gets too bad, the planet will take care of it.
kind of sort of but not kind of sort of because the sun
It's
is
like the
getting bigger. The sun is getting bigger and bigger each year.
right, but
What I'm
by the time it swells big enough to take the Earth out, we'll be long gone.
well, yeah. I mean, but the thing is that the closer we get to the sun, where we're getting 105, 115, 120 degrees in some areas, 130 degrees in some areas, you got to look at Mars, or not Mars, but Mercury and Venus. Venus is getting 600 degrees. That's not
Yeah,
that
but they're
far away.
closer to the
That's
sun.
not that's not that far away from us. Maybe 2 or 3 thousand miles, but that's not that
Let me
far
ask.
away. Same thing with Mars or Mercury. Okay, Mercury's
We're not
only
that close because America is like 3,500 miles across.
right, but the thing is that we're not that far away
We're not
from.
that close to Mercury. We're not that close to
I'll
Mars because that would throw our gravitational shit off.
well, what I'll do for you, Mike, I will look it up and I will actually post it on a YouTube thing and also in the Discord on the distances, and we can talk about that on another one. But what?
Distance from Earth to Venus is 47.338 million miles.
Okay. But whenever you're,
light years, that would be.
I think it's 1,000,000 per light year. I'm thinking.
In light seconds, unit Venus distance from the sun is 361. Earth is 499. Distance from Venus to Earth varies from 4.4 to. Whoa, shit! That's. Ow, Jesus. It says 4.4 E-06 light years.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
4 and some change.
Oh, it's 0.000042 light years. It's between 3 and 22 light minutes.
Okay.
Whatever that means. Whatever the hell that means.
You know what? I am not going over 3 hours tonight. So, I guess I'm going to be doing this video on my own and a couple other videos on my own. Be watching on my YouTube because I'm going to automatically post these. As just throwing them up there. But yeah, I have one that's coming out in November. 10 things scarier than Satan himself. I have quite a few videos coming out. So every Friday at noon, watch for my channel. Watch for my channel each and every time. I mean, you'll see different videos. Most of them are going to be music videos at Friday, but I will try to do a reaction video night for videos for during the week. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Yeah, might as well stay the extra. Might as well stay the 15, making it even 3.
Right? I can't do the video, but I can stay the extra 15. But I mean, that's it. I really don't want to start a game right now because I'll be here 4 or 5 hours just on the game.
Oh, I forgot to close the beer window.
Jamie, did y'all download Fallout 76? By the way, we would have went and gotten a lot more videos done tonight, but this Yoo-hoo that is on the other end decided he was going to throw a lot of biblical and
video can't just throw a video out there with no discussion on it.
There is discussion. There is discussion. I make discussion for the chat to do. Do it soon though. Oh, okay, okay. I was just wondering. But yeah, we would have gotten through 2 or 3 videos tonight if we didn't spend an hour and 14 minutes on one.
You caught me on a.
See what you was trying to do, and I'll tell you this because I know you just as well. You was trying to prove me wrong.
Why would I try to prove you wrong on something I wasn't 100% sure about?
Because that's what you do.
I prove you wrong on shit that I know that I don't have to look up. Mother trucker.
By the way, I love candy corn.
That's what the fuck is wrong with you.
Why, you don't like candy corn? That goodness.
There's a movie. Oh, well, maybe that's why I won't freaking go. Got it. Gotcha, bitch.
And I don't know what it is about it. What it is about the candy corn. You can eat something hot.
Sugar.
You can eat something hot. Get you a little bit of candy corn, put it in your mouth, the heat goes away. Don't know what it is.
Things a diabetic can get a hold of.
Right. I have an obsession with
just formed sugar.
I have an obsession with candy corn, just like my mother has an obsession with jelly beans. I mean,
yeah, but you get sugar-free jelly beans.
You can get sugar-free candy corn. But what the fun is that?
That's what I was gonna say. You get sugar-free candy corn, then what the f are you eating?
Bunch of chemicals.
Molded high fructose corn syrup.
bunch of chemicals. Have a third arm coming out of your body like this, and it'd be like, okay, we're out of Fallout now. Gonna have to have custom shirts made with a third arm hole in it, and
it won't be in a convenient location. It'll be somewhere where it's useless.
Yeah. Probably growing out the gut, and then whenever you, hey, shake my hand. Not with this arm. Not with this arm. Here, shake my hand. Oh, Lord.
I wasn't trying to prove you wrong. I knew.
See, this is.
I knew Michael was an archangel. And I knew there was 7 or 8 of them. But I didn't know if they had been named, like in the Bible.
No, the only one that was named in the Bible was Michael.
There's 3.
No. Like I was saying with the Gabriel one, it could be the same person without the archangel status, but the only archangel that was named is Michael.
And it didn't blatantly say, hey, this was an archangel.
No, you had to read to it, and there is one one verse saying the archangel Michael. That's where you know where the archangel is, like what I was saying earlier in the video. The whenever they address Jesus sometimes, or whenever they address God, your God Almighty, Jesus of Nazareth. So they put that point in there of, okay, hey, we're stating stature here. Okay, we're not stating anything else like Jesus was uh, a carpenter. No, we're stating stature. Jesus of Nazareth. You know, the King of Kings, Jesus. You know, all of this other. It's stated in the Bible like that. But, you know, I've said this 100 million times. There's a lot of stuff that I disagree. There's a lot of stuff I disagree with in the Bible. And the reason why is because it's all gate kept. And that's one thing that I was trying to make it certain in this video, is that, hey, a lot of information is gate kept by the Vatican, by other churches, that, you know, the only thing that you could do is look up the ones before all the gate kept information if you want to study the other books that was out of the Bible. And good luck finding that information.
Another thing that's an issue with the Bible itself. Not only is it translated, it's not only a translation from a translation of a translation. Before it made its way into English, and it wasn't even today's English, it was old English, these, thous, and those, and stuff.
Because it was written by playwrights.
That's the way they spoke.
Yeah.
Back in King James. That was the normal. Another issue is that the stories weren't, nobody wrote them down at the time, because Jesus said he was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know when he was coming back, so nobody wrote this down as it was happening, right?
Right.
It was like 400 years later, somebody's like, maybe we should write these down because I don't think he's coming back anytime soon.
You're right. You're right.
That's when your Hebrew Bible showed up. That's when the original text were wrote, and they were like, they went everywhere to find descendants of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, everything that had, you know, went to descendants and got their old family stories, and basically they just put a book of stories together, and boom, here you go, Christianity.
Well, with all religions, no matter what religion you are, what spirituality you come from, a lot of it's not 100% accurate. A lot of it's not 100.
Other religions that have more than one god, like Roman mythology, Greek mythology, and all that shit, not 100%. If those people really were around, or if those are myths and shit.
No, they was actually around. You see, we're the only. Okay, this is something I have. This is something I have a problem with, and this is one of the things that really gets to me. And I'm facing.
Medusa was really around.
Yeah. You don't think that there was dragons around?
I'm not saying I'm Not saying 100% sure. No, I'm not saying 100% no. I'm just saying I haven't seen any proof.
Well, I mean, if they're
I
all
haven't found
dead,
any.
I mean, you don't see
I
the
haven't found any skeletons for him yet.
Who says that we ain't looking deep enough?
Who knows? I'm just saying we haven't
That
found
that's
any
what that's what I'm trying to say
anything
is
yet.
that's what I'm trying to say is that we're scratching the surface on the bones that we're finding, for Tyrannosauruses and the
Yeah. What's
Velociraptors
funny?
and the Omniraptors and all of these other dinosaurs, but we're not either A, looking in the right direction, or B, we're not looking deep enough. Because if you go to the bottom of the ocean, you can see megalodons. In fact, they think that there's one or two that still may be real. You know what a megalodon is, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's a big ass shark.
Right. So,
It's like that's the reason the movie called The Meg.
yeah, that's what it was based off of. Is that the truth is that there may still be one or two out there, and these
There's also
megalodons.
living. There's also living proof that dinosaurs were around. Where the hell's the damn crocodile come from?
Crocodile, alligator, all of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
where'd they come from?
But I mean, here's the thing. The
I
megalodon,
read somewhere or saw a video that the sharks are actually older than the dinosaurs.
yeah,
Like they've been around long. The sharks have been around long enough to see
there was a video that I
life on the
was
planet.
that is coming out on my channel where I discuss dragons, and it's on the 10 demons scarier than Satan.
What
Uh,
dragons?
there is a dragon that is called a Leviathan. Okay. And basically, it is a water based dragon. Okay. We've
I follow.
explored, we, okay. There's a different, there's a different spelling for it. I know what you're fixing to say. There's a different spelling for it. This Leviathan is a a different spelling than the Leviathan that means werewolf. Correct?
I haven't done a whole lot of research or looked at leviathans. Uh, but from what I understand and supernatural kind of hinted on it, that
Mike, I know that show is like your top show. And it's also my top show. I love Supernatural. I love the Vampire Diaries. I love
I thought
Legacies.
I
I
liked
love their
fucking.
uh
I thought I liked supernatural. Scott can see 5 seconds of the damn episode. Tell me which episode it is.
huh? but what I'm trying to tell you is that Supernatural
And
didn't
I
go
asked him, I was like,
as
"How the
deep.
hell are?" I asked him, "How the hell are you able to do that?" He's like, "A, I've watched it like 46 times. B, uh, he's like, you know things that I don't know that are." Yeah, 1-843-657-2. He's like, yeah, I'd had to go look that up.
Hmm? But
I remember. I met. Quick story. I memorized that the firing going to a small block Chevy and LT motors to like the one in the Camaro or the Ghost, that style, and older, right?
Mm-hmm.
I memorized that because I was working at Spearman Automotive in Fairfield, and you've met Jeff Jr. there at Scott's house, and that was in Freestone County there, right?
Right.
Yeah, I worked for his dad. I remember Jeff Jr. when he was in alternative school in like middle school, wearing that ugly ass green jumpsuit. But Jeff Senior asked me to go make a pot of coffee because we was gonna be there all night working on this Dodge that needed to be. Uh, the job was already paid for. All we had to do was finish it, and the guy was on a time crunch, so we had to get it done that night, right?
Yeah.
It was a Friday night, not football season, so I was like, damn it, I had to work. All right. uh, he asked me to go make a pot of coffee. He's like, what? I gotta go make the pot of coffee. And he's like, what's the firing order of small block Chevy? I said, I can almost tell you that. And he looked over to who he was married to at the time, and she rattled it off. He's like, that's why you make the coffee.
Huh?
I memorized that. I memorized that firing order that night. And the cool thing is, small block Mopars have the same firing order.
What about it?
Then I got to thinking. Small block Mopars, small block Chevys, the cylinders are numbered the same. Fords are different. So if you map out the firing order, 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2, and you take that order and you put it on a Ford block. I'm not sure if it's the Cleveland or the Windsor. Not 100% sure because they got different cylinder numbers. And the firing order is different because the distributor turns the other way, turns backwards on one of them. Yeah, that's Ford and their infinite wisdom. Uh, Ford's firing order, and you map it out, it's the same as the small block cars. It's just different because the cylinders are numbered different.
Yeah. That's just like a V6 firing order for a Ford is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5. The only reason why I know that
On yours,
it's on every Ranger.
there's two firing orders. There's one that's 1 6 5 4 3 2, and then there's another one that goes the right way, except 5 and 6 are flipped.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, back to the other shit. Talking about you were saying you were talking about aliens earlier. Like I said, dude asked me if I believe it. I told him same thing I just told you. Universe is too damn big and too damn old to be we're the only one in it. We cannot be the only planet with life on it. Not only just life, but intelligent life, like civilization life, you know? We can't be the only one. It's probability is too we just ain't found it yet. Or if they did, they ain't telling nobody.
yeah, because it's been gate kept. I mean, that's all I would.
And it's not just the American government. It would be
Every
all
government.
The only people that's going to find out shit like that who are people who regularly, well, go out there where your normal VPNs won't protect you.
Right.
The other thing is you can see evidence of that on this planet that they're there. You're telling me they built pyramids for thousands of years, and they never could. Humans could not get it right, and they built 3 of them side by side that are perfect.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could have told you that. I mean, even look at the type of.
Not only that, you got temples that look like pyramids over where the Mayan civilization was. That is a perfect damn pyramid. Just more classed up.
Right.
They put steps. They put steps on it. You know.
Well, their entrance was from the top because of that area being flooded.
Uh, and you're telling me they built a perfect pyramid when those pyramids were built? They built them perfect with the technology they had at the time, which is, hey, grab a couple thousand of you guys, grab hold of that rope, let's pull this rock up the hell there.
Well, not only that, look at because they did have a version of a speed square. They did have a version of, you know, I mean, they did have a version of what we have
I
to
can
of
understand.
today and tools.
Right, but they didn't have a way to get 3 tons, 3 or 4 tons of rock of a damn rock up to the top of that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They didn't. I believe they did not do that by themselves.
I mean,
And you even, I don't know if the people back then were being funny or they're like, thinking like I would. Hey, this is gonna screw with somebody in 3 million years. Watch this shit. You know.
well, yeah, I mean, it does
Even look
screw
at
with
their
people. It does
look at
screw with
their
people.
hieroglyphics. Look at their hieroglyphics. They even mention it in their hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
They've laid out, just basically wrote it on the wall. Hey, we had help build this crap,
But nobody knows.
but nobody can say for certain because nobody today can 100% say, hey, that's what this means,
Right.
because there's nobody alive today who was fluent and spoke ancient Egypt,
Well, that's just like
ancient Egyptian.
right. That's just like everybody else. I mean, some of the world's languages is dead and gone. I mean, but thing is that we don't have those languages to start transcribing some of these. And if it's already transcribed, guess what? It's all gatekeeped. Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and we are going to raid somebody. It's a new somebody. They're playing Fallout 76. Please go say hi. Go like, subscribe, follow them. If you would, I will be back on tomorrow at 2. And we're going to be playing, I guess we'll play some Fallout 76 then.
What are you playing?
Huh?
Oh, I won't be. I'll be at work.
Anyway, let's go
I'll be at
raid. Go ahead.
work.
Can't hardly hear you. You must be running out of Wi Fi.
The power's back on. What? You're cutting out too.
I'm not cutting out. Anyways, let's go raid Lil Nance. Uh, let's go like, subscribe, follow. So let's get in on the raid.
What if somebody wants to follow, subscribe, then like?
And they can do it that way too. I don't care, just as long as it's done. All right. Much love to each and every one of y'all. I will see y'all later. Let's go.
Oh, so you're not gonna be one of the ones to, hey, I need you to do this, and then complain about the way it got done.
Oh.
I'm gonna go in here because my phone's at 8%. I don't know how long it's gonna last. So, what time are you supposed to get off tomorrow? Midnight. Oh shit! Yeah, okay. May or may not call you tomorrow. Don't know yet. All right, later.